Today we'll see into files and streams. What is a file? A computer file, you can say it is having a collection of data and it is stored on a secondary storage device. Like in a particular drive, your secondary storage device is divided into drives, drive is divided into folders, and the folders you're storing the files. And files can be of different types. You can have, when it comes to operation of files, you're having binary files and text files. Text files is those which are containing, you're storing the data as characters, and in binary files you will be storing it as bit data, zeros and ones. In a file you will be having next line, end of file and all, but in case of a binary file you will not see a new line character. It is stored simply as binary data, and you will be taking it as a 8-bit or 16-bit, and it depends on the application. Now for example, if you're having a PNG file, an image file, okay, the data, if you open it in a notepad, you will not see any particular data other than some garbage, ununderstandable language. But if you're using it with a image open viewer, you can see the image as such. So the binary data is represented by the application in which you are opening. So if you or you cannot open an audio file with a image viewer, or you cannot use a open a image using a audio player. So it is depending upon the application the data is stored. It will be having its own particular formats. But in case of a text file, whenever you are storing the data on a text file, you can open it using a text pad, any editor, text editors, or a notepad or a word pad, anything. So that's the main difference between a text file and a binary file. The real life problems handles large volumes of data. Sometimes in a program you require a large amount of input data. Similarly, your program might generate a large amount of output data. When it comes to large amount of data, you will be storing this data onto files. And for further uses, you will be storing the data. That is, for permanent usage, you will be storing it into files. And the programs are designed to perform read and write operations onto these files. If you see this figure, you can see you're having an external memory, that is your secondary storage device where you are storing your data files. At the bottom you can see the keyboard, you're having the console, that is your display screen, and in the middle you're having a program plus the data which is stored in the internal memory, or it is called the RAM. So you're having an external memory and a primary memory. Whatever data is present on the file, if it has to be used to the program, it has to be brought into the internal memory or the RAM. So you're reading the data from the files, and the program would be using it, and if you want to display it, you would be displaying it onto the console unit. You have seen the program how it is displaying onto the console unit using the cout object. Similarly, if you want to read a data from the keyboard to the program, you are using the object cin. Okay. Now, if you want to write the data created back into files, you will be writing it onto the external memory. So you have seen reading the data from the external memory to the program is utilizing it, and you are printing it onto the display screen. Or what you can do is read the data from the keyboard to the primary memory, then from the primary memory you will be writing it back into the data files. A program, usually it will be having two kinds of data communication, that is data transfer between the console unit and the program, and data transfer between the program and the disk file that you have seen. Okay, next is file communication. The IO system of C++ handles file operations like the console input output operations. Here it uses the file streams as an interface between the programs and the files. The streams would be supplying the data to the program and it is known as input stream. And the one that receives the data from the program is known as output stream. So input stream, it gets the data to the program, and the output stream, it gets the data from the program. So input streams helps you to read from the file and output stream helps you to write data to the file. This is the diagrammatical representation of file input and output stream. So you can see the input stream, it helps you to read the data from the disk file and supplies the data to the program. Similarly, output stream, it helps to get the data output from the program and write it to the disk file. The classes for file stream operations. The input-output system of C++ consists of a set of classes that define the file handling methods. Okay, at the top you can see the input-output system iOS, that's a base file, and at the bottom you can see the fstream base that handles the input-output for the file. So that is down one is the fstream, that's for the files, and iOS is for the console. So from the iOS and the others down below you can see it belongs to the iostream file, and bottom up you can see the fstream file. From the iOS you're having the iStream and the OStream. iStream would be handling formatted and unformatted input operations like get, getLine, read, and the extraction operator that is used along with the C input. OStream would be handling the formatted and unformatted output operations like put, write, insertion operator used along with the cout. That's for handling the output operations. Now iostream is derived from both the iStream and the OStream. Now at the bottom you're having the fstream base, which acts as the base class for the fstream, ifstream, and offstream. Fstream base would be having functions like op and close, which is used for ifstream, fstream, and offstream. Now ifstream, it is derived from stream base and iStream class. They are having the multiple inheritance. Ifstream, it is derived from fstream and iStream. So you're getting the files input operations. Similarly, see the offstream, it is derived from OStream and fstream, output functions for the file functions. And fstream allows both operations, input and output operations on the file buffer, like open function with default input mode. Opening and closing a file. To open a file stream should be created first and then linked to the file name. A file can be opened in two ways. One is using a constructor function and the other is using a member function open. Closing, you're having only one step. You can close it using the close function outfile.close. Outfile is the object of the OStream. Now opening a file using constructor, we'll see first. File name is used to initialize a file stream object, and the file stream object of stream is used to create output stream. If stream is used to create input stream. Now initializing, see the example of stream out file. Of stream is the class name, out file is the object, and the parameter that you're passing is the file that you need to open. Similarly, if stream is the class name, in file is the object, and the one that you want to open the file is called as the data. We'll see one small example. You opening a file using constructor. You have included iostream.h and fstream.h. Then in the main function, ofstream out file means you're using it for writing anything into the file called item. From the console, you're reading the item name and cost, and it is inserted to name and cost. Out of name, out of cost. Out of is used to write data to the file. So the name is written to the file item. Similarly, cost is written to the file item. And then you close the file. Out of dot close. So when you declare offstream out item, what happens? An object out of is created of the class offstream, and that stream will be linking your program and the file named item. You can imagine the stream as a buffer, and this buffer is used for sending the data from your file, from your program to the file called as item. Now what you have to do? You have to open the file item, get the data and print it onto the display. So to get the data from the file, which class you will be using? Ifstream. And the object inf is used over here. Object can be of any type, any variable. Okay. So you're opening the file item. You're using the object inf to read the name and cost. To display it onto the console, you're using the object cout. Name and cost would be displayed. Inf is then closed. That is, you're closing the particular stream. Whenever you create an object, a stream would be created. When you're closing, the stream would be destroyed. Output would be you're entering the item name and the cost, CD-ROM and 250 from the console. It is written to the file item. Again, you're closing that file. You'll be opening again item and then reading the data into name and cost and then printing the name and cost. CD-ROM and 250. Next is opening files using member function open. So using a member function, you have to create an object the same way. File stream class and stream object. Then object name dot function open. And as the parameter, you will be passing the file name. The stream object can be connected only to one file at a time. For a single stream, you cannot connect more than one file. Here's an example of stream fout. So fout is the object of class of stream. Using fout, you open the file country, fout.open country. And using fout, you wrote into the file United States of America and United Kingdom. And you close the file using fout.close. You're opening another file, capital, fout.open, capital. You have written Washington and London into the file, capital. And you have closed the file, capital. So here we had two files, a country and a capital. Using the same object, you have opened two files, but not simultaneously. First, you opened the file country using fout. You wrote whatever is required and you closed it. Again, using the same object, you opened another file, wrote whatever is required and closed it. That is, simultaneously, you cannot use the object for opening two different files. You have to close and then use it for the other file. Now, if stream for reading from the file. You created the object fn. So you opened the file fn.open country. While fn, that is till it reaches end of file, fn.getLine. GetLine is another function, that member function that is being defined in the fstream. Fn getLine. So whatever it is, that is till a single line, till it is almost 80 characters. It will be read into the variable line. You have declared line as a character array. So the contents of the file that is the first line, would be stored into the variable line. Okay, and the other parameter is the length, how much you want to read. Cout line, it displays it onto the screen. So what was the first, this one in data in country file, United States of America. So that would be printed. Automatically the pointer points to the next line. Next you will get it as United Kingdom. That is also printed. Fin is, the pointer is incremented. It will become point to end of file. EOF is a constant. So it becomes negative over here, and you come out of the while loop and fin dot close. You're closing the F string. Similarly, you can open the file capital. Using the same object fin, you have opened the file capital. Contents of capital is printed, while fin get line, it is read to line, cout line. Then after it is over, you will be closing the file using fin dot close, and the program is over. Detecting the end of file. Your file would always contain an end of file character. So when you write while fin, if it is an end of file, it will come out of the loop. Other way is to use the function EOF. If it is a non-zero value, means end of file has been reached. If it is, the value is 0, means it is not the end of file. Now suppose you want to open two files simultaneously. Okay, for example, if you want to merge two files into a single file, you have to open two files. In such a cases, we create two different input streams for handling two input files and one output stream for handling the output file. We'll see a program. So you have included the required header files, IO stream and F stream, and the standard library header file. Size is defined as a constant 80, and you're having a character array line of size 80. You have defined two if stream for input files. Okay, fin1 and fin2. You have opened fin1. You have opened country using fin1 object. You have opened capital using fin2 object. Now while fin1 and fin2, that is, both should not reach end of file. Fin1 dot get line. So using the first object of from the first file, that is of country, you have obtained the data, that would be United States of America. So line is now having United States of America. So output would be, that is, you are displaying onto the output screen, capital of United States of America. Then using the second object, which was pointing to the second file capital, you are getting the capital into line, that is Washington. So you'll be printing capital of United States of America is Washington. Pointer is incremented both for capital as well as country. Now fin1 would be pointing to what was the second one? UK, United Kingdom, and the capital was London. So now you'll be printing capital of United Kingdom is London. Now if fin1 and fin2 is incremented, and it will be pointing to end of file. So the while statement becomes false and it comes out of the loop.